Hi, family. It's SpannFlower here. Thank you for taking some time with me today. It is Wednesday, November the 1st. And if it's Wednesday, it's W's on Wednesday. And my W word for today is why. And let me explain a little bit about that. Why I chose the word WHY. Why? Now, normally you all know that if I'm on the channel, I'm talking up sports, I'm talking up scores, I'm enjoying myself, I'm having a good time because that's what I love to do, to spread joy and happiness across the channel using sports and other means to talk about things we need to talk about or to shore up things we need to shore up or just to give ourselves a happy feeling uh, when you turn on the channel. But unfortunately, we do have to talk about other things as they happen because this is a balanced channel. And when things go on across the country or around the world that I feel like we need to know about or that I think that is important to our existence or being or our stability, I will talk about it. Now, today is one such day. Okay, so we can't have fun on the channel today because we have to talk about some serious business. And this serious business is going on down in the city of Chicago. So let me put on my glasses and we'll get right to it. And don't forget, if you like this video or any videos on the channel, like, subscribe, share, comment to let people know SpannFlower is here and I'm here for you all. Okay, so let's get to it. And let me put my glasses on so I can see you all a little better. Okay, here we go. Now, it just pains me to have to bring this subject matter up on the channel, but I do. So over the weekend, there was a mass shooting on the west side of the city of Chicago on 13th Street and Pulaski. Now, it happened over the weekend, and I didn't report on it because I wanted to hear what the police had to say about it because I had learned my lesson with that, and I wanted to make sure that I put out the most accurate information before I made any statements or said anything about something so critical and so crucial and so devastating. So, firstly, it happened on over the weekend, as I said. It was a Halloween party. Uh, now, 15 people were shot at this party. Okay, 6 women and 9 men. It says that they aged and ranged from 26 to 52. Okay. Um, the police said that a 26-year-old woman and a 48-year-old man were taken to Mount Sinai Hospital in critical condition, and the other victims were listed in good to fair condition. There is a suspect in custody. The suspect is alleged to, well, there's alleged suspect in custody. Let me just say that because he hasn't went to trial. Everything is alleged right now. They do have a suspect in custody. He is reported to be a 6-time felon. Okay, and he's being charged with these shootings or attempted murder, or however they want to say. Now, this all started because the suspect was asked to leave or kicked out of the Halloween party in the wee hours of the morning when the party was winding down, so in the wee hours of the morning, the suspect came back with a gun and started shooting. You know, so you go out and you shoot 15 people because you mad. What is that? Again, I asked this question a little while back. Are we becoming a soulless nation? Because anytime you could do damage or harm to somebody and don't care about the consequences of it because you're mad, what is that? Why is that happening? Now, I'm not gonna sit up here and be a preacher or anything like that because that's not what this is. All I'm saying is that there needs to be some kind of balance in your life to where you have a higher power or being that you can subscribe to. And I do. I do. I am a Christian. I do believe in that higher power. And I read my Bible. Now, whether you believe in that stuff or not, the Bible is the best book on governance on how to live your life and how to be safe, how to be healthy, how to be morally conscious, how to be independent, how to care, how to love. It gives all kinds of examples and stories of how to do this. So whether you believe in it or not, you can take information from it, and then you can grow into your spiritualness if you need to. So if you're looking for something to read, that's the best-selling book of all times. It sold more copies than any other book ever because they have real life stories in there that you can take information from, or even having a healthy prayer life where if you just feel like you having some issues or whatever, just fall on your knees and pray. Or if that's not your religion of choice, I mean, hey, whatever your higher power is, it has to be a core inside of you so that your soul will cry out, hey, look, this is not something that I should be doing. Because if you don't believe in that, that's bad. Because anytime you hurt another human being or another individual, you hurt them, or you take their life, or whatever the case may be, and you don't feel no remorse, and you don't feel that there's anything wrong with that, that's a problem. And so that needs to be checked at the door. And so we need to really, really focus on what's happening here with our families and why we are so unhappy and why we so hurt if one little thing doesn't go our way. No kind of coping skills, no kind of being able to deal with adversity or triumph over adversity when it comes up. You have to be able to do that. Nobody said it was going to be a bed of roses every time you wake up and you're not going to have to go through anything. People go through stuff all the time. But you have to learn how to deal with those adversities. And people don't know how to do that the way that they used to. I would say that. Now, again, I live in the city of Chicago, so of course I'm concerned about everything that goes on in the city of Chicago. And people telling me, oh girl, you need to get on up out of Chicago. This, and this, and this. You don't need to be there. That's that city. No. Let me tell you another why. We got two whys for today. Let me tell you why I'm not leaving my city of Chicago. Firstly, and this is very important, my parents live here. My parents are still living, and they have lived through some of the most tragic, difficult, violent times that there ever was. And they're still standing. And I know that if anything goes down with me, my parents gonna be right there. As the young people say, get it out the mud or get it in the mud. My parents gonna be right down there in the mud with me, making sure that I'm standing upright and proper at their ages and at my age. Those are my parents. I ain't never leaving the city of Chicago. It was my parents here, and they both still living and breathing. Firstly, my girls, not leaving them. Not gonna happen. Now they can leave, and then they want to come back. They know mama gonna be right here. Is what it is. Okay? Next, my family. A lot of my family have moved out of the city of Chicago for those very reasons. But a lot of the core family members are still here. And as an older person in my family, it's upon me to make sure that I'm here to be a stabilizing force for those family members. You have to be able to tutor or to advise or to help the younger generation go forward in a positive way, in a meaningful way, in a loving and caring way. And when you don't do that, you have all kind of chaos going on because a house divided gonna fall. And we're dealing with that right now. So everybody want to be here, here, here. No, I want to be where my family is because that's where my strength is. That's where my support is. And people get it wrong. I'm moving away from my family. I don't want to. No, then you alone. That means that you're trying to gravitate to somebody else's family or foundation because you don't have one of your own because you've left your family behind. Or maybe you don't have a family or whatever the case may be. That's most important, to have a support system around you that loves and cares about you. That's going to correct you when you do things wrong. Okay, that's the most important thing. Second, and let me get right to this because this is a lot. I want to help the city of Chicago. I don't want to leave this city in a condition that it's in now with our families in tatters. I want to be a beacon or a voice of calm, a voice of inspiration, a voice of love, a voice of care, a voice of advisement. I don't want to leave the city in a condition where it's just every man for itself and there's no family togetherness. And there are a lot of families that are here in the city of Chicago fighting for this city just like I am. I still live in the hood. I haven't moved. I still walk through my neighborhood. So I'm not willing to give up on my city that I love, and I feel like it's the city has a lot to offer. It's just the people in the city and the leadership sometimes in the city are not doing what they're supposed to do. But if everybody teach one each one and take care of each other, the city will be a lot better place to live in. And again, I can't stress this enough. If you see somebody doing something, say something. It ain't no more old snitching. Look, people, babies, women, older people are being killed, being injured, maimed. What about all the people that get shot that don't die? Do you see how many young men and women are rolling around the city in wheelchairs, can't walk no more because they've been shot and they paralyzed? Or they can't feed themselves, or they can't function right because of being shot. So it's not just people getting not just people being killed, it's people being maimed, injured, lifelong issues. Now you can't walk. You got somebody needing to have to take care of you for the rest of your life, all because of senseless violence. Again, we talk about the people that die. What about the survivors that have to recover from being victimized in this way? So again, we got to work on all of that in our neighborhoods where we live. We have to do that. We got to fight for the city. We got to fight to put things on us that's right, not what's wrong. Okay? Now, I've been told, I've been told, girl, you too old to be up there on YouTube. You ain't gonna be able to compete with these younger women. I'm not, or these younger men. I'm not here to compete. This is a labor of love. I'm here to advise, to comfort, to encourage, which is what the older people in the community should do for the younger people in the community. They shouldn't be competing with them. I had my fun in the sun. Everybody has their fun in the sun when they're the most beautiful thing on the earth. But as life goes on, you get older. You should be grateful that you've gotten a year old. I say it all the time. My best day that I'm living is the best day I'm living in now, because that's another day I'm living and breathing. That's always my favorite day on earth, the day I'm living in right now. Yes, with my wrinkles, all of that. Heck, I'm okay with me. And I'm okay with young people doing their thing. And I'm okay with helping and encouraging and wishing them well and hoping they do the right thing so that they have the mindset and the willingness to help when they get older and they need to pass the baton on and do the right things for the generation that's coming behind them. That's how that should go. Men and women. Older men shouldn't be competing with younger men and jealous of them and doing all this. And older women shouldn't be doing that to younger women, because you tear out the self-esteem of those young people when you do that. We need to love and encourage on them a little bit more than we do, in my opinion. And some of us do. I'm not talking to everybody, just those that don't. Okay? Now, third thing, reason why I'm not leaving Chicago. Chicago is a beautiful city. Okay? It has beautiful parks, lots of restaurants. It has historically black neighborhoods and communities, and not just historically black neighborhoods. And you have Asian communities, you have Ukrainian communities. I mean, you have Italian communities, you have Hispanic communities. I mean, like everybody has their little area that they can be in and claim as a part of the city. So it's a melting pot. You have a lot of different nationalities that live here in the city of Chicago, and they all melt together at the meeting point, which is mostly downtown Chicago. Okay, so you come in contact with a lot of different variety of people with different stories and backgrounds and all of that. But again, that's a big deal for a city. Okay, now not only that, but the city of Chicago has a lot of religious uh, churches, organizations, communities, and it's that's important. And they also have a lot of top colleges and universities here that encompass the city, so you can get everything you need right here in the city of Chicago. We just need to clean up the crime and put people on the right path for where they need to go, upward, not downward, upward. Positive mental attitude, positive, positive, positive. That's what we need. Now, the fourth thing is that the reason that I just cannot leave is because Chicago is a sports town. Okay? They have football, basketball, baseball. hockey, soccer, golf, tennis, whatever you like. They have it on the high school level, the college level, and the professional level. So it's plenty to do around the city of Chicago, and that is a very important thing to do that you can do with your families to keep your pride together. Keep your people together. Hold on to them. Especially when they're young, you need to do that with them. Forego that $1,000 pair of shoes and them $500 gym shoes and take that time, take your babies out or take your teenagers out and spend time with them. And I'm not saying that everybody don't do that. It's a lot of people in the city of Chicago that represent for their families. It's just a few bad apples here that spoiled a bunch, and we need to work on that. Okay? Lastly, the fifth thing. The city of Chicago has Lake Michigan. Okay? You can't beat that. When I go outside my door, I can go outside and sit right on Lake Michigan and pray. Or I can meditate. Or I can clear my mind. Or I can walk on the lake. Okay? That lake encompasses 7,900 south and beyond, all the way to 6,400 north and beyond. Okay? It encompasses the east portion of the city. You have beaches. You have parks. I mean, it's a lot to do. And plus, I like being near the 5 Great Lakes. People talk about the Great Lakes, but that's the biggest body of fresh water on earth. Who don't want to live near that? So we get 4 seasons. I don't want to. I like it. Just like I ain't have to worry about a tornado too much. You get your snow, you get your rain, you get your you get that, but you don't. It's a lot that you don't get here in Chicago weather-wise, as far as inclement weather and changing patterns and things like that. So those are my 5 reasons why. And that is why I had the question of today. Why? I'm talking about the city of Chicago because this is my home city. And I love this city. I love my family within the city and I love the people in the city. And I'm just a lover of people just in general. But the violence within the streets in the city of Chicago have to stop. And there needs to be some attention paid to why are these people doing this? Why? They say it's guns. They say it's whatever they say it is. The gun can't shoot itself. You actually picking up a gun and you going out here and you doing something to someone out of fit of anger because you got kicked out of a party. Where's the wherewithal? Where is the fight? Where is it? I mean, look at all the things our ancestors had to go through to be in this country. And if we get mad and want to kill up everybody just because we got kicked out of a party, what does that say? They got to be rolling over in their graves to see this kind of stuff going on. So, I just want to say, we have to do better. And I'm willing to put the work in to do it. And that's why I have this channel here. Because I want to make sure that I'm pointing out to people that there's a better way to do it and finding ways and tips and things to help you balance out and help you deal with things when you have trouble. There's a subsequent video on here that I did before asking, what do you do when you deal with adversity? How do you overcome it? What do you do? And I think we need to start focusing on that more on the channel than ever before, because people are not able to deal with adversity or deal with negative impacts or deal with things when they don't go their way. And that is a problem. So we need to really focus on that. And like I said, I'm not a preacher. I'm not any of those things. I'm just a concerned citizen that lives in the city of Chicago and in the United States of America. And I know the country can do better, and we will. We just got to put the work in to do it. Okay? So, again, if you like this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, put a comment there, share the video, let people know. SpannFlower is here, and I am going to make sure that I be a beacon of comfort, joy, happiness, positivity, radiance for people when they tune into this channel. And I don't want it to be a situation where they are always upset and sad, or if they are upset and sad, they can come here and feel comfort and joy. Okay, thank you so much for tuning in with me today on this W Zone Wednesdays. Have a blessed and wonderful day. Thank you so much. All right.